Superman or Fantastic Four? What will be the bigger success this summer? Let's talk about it. So as we all know, this is shaping up to be one of the biggest summers ever when it comes to superheroes for a multitude of reasons, and that is the weight of the Superman film and Fantastic Four film and the importance that both of these movies provide. Superman is the kickstart of the DC Universe. James Gunn, DC Universe. All the weight in the world is riding on this film. And Fantastic Four, we have not got a proper iteration of them in the MCU. One of the most iconic teams in the superhero genre, and it is Marvel's first family. We have not really seen a great Fantastic Four movies. Now, I grew up on the original Fantastic Four movies with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans as the Human Torch back in the early 2000s. We're not going to talk about the 2015 film. That is a disaster. Now, even though I have nostalgia for the 2000 films with Rise of the Silver Surfer, like I said, with Jessica Alba and all that, they're not widely regarded as like amazing films, right? So for a lot of people, that's not good enough, and we need a better Fantastic Four film. I am someone that also believes we haven't got that great of Superman films. I know people grew up on the Christopher Reeve Superman films. I know there's a lot of people that love Henry Cavill Superman, but I don't think Man of Steel is all that. I've never been that big a fan of Superman the character, so I am aware of the importance of how big a character Superman is, and I've been saying since day one, if anyone can make me a fan of Superman, it is James Gunn. So from the moment that it was announced that James Gunn is taking over the DCU and that he was going to make Superman his kickstart film that he was going to write and direct, I was so excited. Back before Guardians 3 even came out, I was like, wow, I love James Gunn and what he does with the Guardians trilogy. Suicide Squad was great. He can make a great Superman film, and that was before he casted anyone. And now we're seeing the trailers, the teasers, and all that stuff, and I'm so hyped for it. Now the question on everyone's mind is, what will be the comic book movie of the summer? Which will be the better success? Two legendary properties, one for Marvel and one for DC, going right at it with each other in the same month of July, 2 weeks apart. This is a big deal. Me personally, my money and my vote is on Superman. I think I trust James Gunn more. It's the start of something new, not the quote, the High School Musical. But I just trust James Gunn and his vision, and I just know, I really believe that Superman is going to be really special. Fantastic Four, I think, will be solid. I love Thunderbolts. I think the direction of where the MCU is going right now is good. I loved Thunderbolts a lot. You can check out my reviews and my rankings of the Thunderbolts characters, and I think they have to hit it on Fantastic Four because there's too important of a property to get wrong, and they need the Fantastic Four to be good in order for Doomsday to essentially be good, because if the Fantastic Four aren't good, like if we don't end up caring about these characters, Doomsday is going to be in a lot of trouble because they are going to be some of the major characters fighting Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom next year in Avengers Doomsday. I think Fantastic Four will be good. I am wishing the success on both of these films. I want them both to rock. I want it to be a debate. I hope they both break box office this summer, but my money's on Superman. But I have such high expectations for Superman that it could be a letdown. My bar for Superman is essentially, I feel like if it's not a 4.5 out of 5 or higher to a 5 stars, it's going to be a disappointment for me, because I think the lowest it will be is 4 stars. I trust James Gunn that much. I like what I'm seeing so far. I think Superman is going to be generational. As for Fantastic Four, I could be wrong, but I think the ceiling for Fantastic Four is more of 4 stars. If it's 4 stars, huge success, because that's a great movie. I love 4-star movies. Now, I'm not someone that's been real big on the Fantastic Four characters to begin with. I'm not someone who grew up on them in such a way where I really love those characters and their powers and whatnot and so forth. So You could argue bias, but not really, because like I said, I was never that big of a Superman fan. And I'm hoping both of these movies make me fans of these characters and these teams for the F4 and for Superman. But I think the ceiling for Fantastic Four, just based off the team dynamics and what it's going to build to, and I'm hoping I'm surprised. Maybe I'll be shocked, but I think 4 stars is the ceiling. I do think it's going to be a good movie, so I don't think it's going to be any lower than 3.5. I think lower than 3.5 is a disappointment, but I'm hoping for 4 stars for Fantastic Four. Now, if it goes higher than that, then I'll be hyped. But I'm thinking Superman's gonna be at least 4 stars. But I'm hoping for like all-timer Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire style 5-star movie. Which is funny because that's the classic vibes that I'm getting from this Superman movie. That I feel like it's taking it back to the basic hero story, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, right? In Spider-Man 2, but it's funny because I'm pretty sure I heard a director or someone say a few weeks back that Fantastic Four got inspiration from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. So maybe I will be completely surprised and it'll be the complete opposite. Or, better yet, they will both be that way. So those are just some of my thoughts on what I think will happen with Superman and Fantastic Four. I do think Superman will be the better box office success just based off the track record of what Thunderbolts did. Thunderbolts had great word of mouth. I know it's not as iconic of a team as Fantastic Four, so maybe that element will surprise me. But the way Marvel's going right now, their reputation is not very good. Even the word of mouth of Thunderbolts couldn't carry them to a better box office score than Captain America Brave New World, which was not a very good movie. So, not looking good for Marvel, but I do think this movie will be a solid success box office wise. Superman, the fact that it's the kickstart of a brand new universe. People love James Gunn and what he's done with the Guardians trilogy. And just everything they've been teasing with the Superman character. The actor going out and meeting kids at a park. It's giving you that embodiment of hope. What Superman is, and we really haven't seen before because Henry Cavill's Superman was more of a darker, grittier Superman, more like a Batman version of Superman. So this is taking it back to basics. The first superhero ever, I believe, at least one of, right? That really is like the kickstart of the genre. This character goes so far back, even though in film he hasn't been that big over the last 20 plus years. I think that's why it has the chance to be huge because people are craving that. And if this movie is good or great, forget about it. $1 billion movie. But those are just my thoughts. Leave a comment down below. What do you think? Which movie do you think will be better? Which movie do you think is going to do better at the box office? Which movie are you more excited for? I love to talk about it. Leave a comment down below and we will get in all the discussions on which will be the better success. Superman or Fantastic Four. And before you go, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can see more content in the future. And if you want to see my future reviews of Superman and of Fantastic Four and future Marvel and DC ranking videos and all that, you gotta subscribe because more is coming on your way. And I'm sure there's other videos on my channel right now that you could be interested in. Go check out my playlist. I have playlists on the MCU and all sorts of other content. So please subscribe and check it out.